Namo Loe Savariyandam, Namo Loe Savariyandam, Namo Loe Savariyam, Namo Loe Savariyam, Namo Loe Savariyam, Omkarame Sanyam Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Okshadam Te Omkarayam, Mangalam Bhagavan Mangalam Uttamam, Mangalam Kunsundari, Mangalam Namasana Sadhani, Sanu Bhattya Jagati Swadhay Bhavaya Sarvama. Wow, you listen to that.
Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Arantanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Aryanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Vajjayanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Savanam. Namo Samaysaraya Svana Bhutya Chakasade Titsabhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide Ajnanatimirandranam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksurum Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Jagatana Jayavanta Varto Omkaranada Jinano Jayavanta Varto Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayavanta Varto Netirthachara Jagama Jayavanta Varto Namo Kirtanayakane Namo Omkaranadane Omkara Sangaryotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Upakara Jinavarno Kundano Dhani Devyano Jina Kunda Dhani Abhya Ahote Guru Kanano Ahote Bhagavati Matano Juva Achalane Anupamagati Pamela Sarve Siddhane Vandi Kaho Sutta Kevali Bhasita Asamutra Brata Are Eka Suddha Sada Arupi Jnana Darasanamaya Kare Kayanyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matra Nati Hare Jamanetra Tema Jagnana Natikarat Nati Vedaka Are Jalinjakar Modaya Nirajara Bandate Majamoksane Om Siddhu Om Siddhu Om Siddhu
Jai Jai.
તમે ત્યાંથી બહુ અવાજ આવે છે તમે મ્યુટ કરશો તમારું સ્પીકર
Yeah, I'm close.
Good, thank you. Okay, so let me start sharing the screen. Share the screen. Okay, so today is January 27, 2016, and here we are, and we are doing the class on Samaysar stanza number 6. We have finished Samaysar stanza 6. Now, we took it for almost 4 months, almost. So much detail that we went through, so much things we went through stanza 6. So I think it is kind of a good idea to recapitulate everything that we knew about it and put it into the order so that now I have a feel for stanza 6. As we say, this stanza 6 is the heart of the Samaysar. That's why as much detail as I know, that will be fulfilling to my further progress. And so we are just kind of summarizing. And in that summary, actually, we'll be talking lots of things, but let's see how it goes. I would like to have feel for the stanza. That means tomorrow, if somebody asks, what is this Samaysar stanza 6, so that we'll be able to talk about it. So that's what it is. So now, to understand this Samaysar, to understand Samaysar to start with, and then to understand stanza 6, what we have to know, soul can be known. Soul can be known different ways. What are those different ways? Soul can be known from knowledge perspective, means knowledge of the soul can occur from importance of knowledge perspective. And soul can also be known from the faith perspective. These are two major understandings we have to have it. Once we understand these two parts, then it becomes much easier that what we are talking all along. Knowledge perspective is called Gnan Pradhanta. Means we give the importance to the knowing aspect a lot more. Faith perspective, now I put my faith, I redirect my faith. Since time infinite, my faith is directed to the alien objects of the universe. What is that alien objects? What is my true nature? Why should I take my faith away from the alien objects of the world? Why should I direct that one to my eternal soul substance? All those things, knowledge perspective will let us know about it. So first thing, we know everything in great detail about the anatomy and physiology of the soul. Once I know it, then I know my true nature. And now it becomes easier for me to put faith on this eternal true nature of the self. So what do I know in the knowledge perspective? First thing, I know the soul for comprehensive knowledge perspective. From all encompassing way, I understand what that soul is made up of. That is called Praman Gnan. Then, what do I know in this Praman Gnan? What do I know in this comprehensive knowledge? I end up knowing structure and function of the substance, attributes, and its modes. There is no fourth thing present in the soul substance. Substance, attributes, and modes. These are the integral part of the soul substance. Not only soul substance, it's an integral part of any substance. So if I know the soul substance, its structure, function of the from the substance perspective, attribute and mode perspective, then I also end up knowing the structure and functions of the non-soul entity, like matter, medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time. Excuse me. As we said before, medium of motion, medium of rest, medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time, they are the inert substances. They don't react with anybody. Only the thing, soul and matter, they end up reacting with each other. And that's why when I know the soul's anatomy and physiology, when I know the structure and function of the soul, then I also end up knowing the structure and function of matter. And now I know the whole hierarchy, that what is this whole thing is about. I understand the whole thing, and then what happens? This is called constitution of the substance, means dravya bandhara. To know the soul from substance, attribute, and modal perspective, that is called total constitution of a substance, how a substance is constituted. All these things, knowledge will show me all these things. Knowledge says, this is what it is, this is what it is. All those things I know, and that's what we are doing right now, gathering the knowledge. Not for the alien object, I'm gathering knowledge about the soul. So now that I know it, now exactly I know what that soul is made up of. Now I come to the faith perspective. My first job is to know the knowledge, to have the knowledge of the soul. Thereafter the faith comes in the picture. What does faith do? Faith can be of two types. They could be of faith to the alien objects, par padarth, or faith to the self, swadravya. So I can have faith to the Pardravya or faith towards the Swadravya. There are only two types of faith I can have it. There's no third type of faith that I have half faith of the alien object and half, no, nothing like that. 100% either or, alien objects or self. Since time infinite, I end up taking infinite human birth. I end up going to Samaysar, the assembly of the Lord, infinite times. But till today, till now, I had my faith directed to alien objects only. What's the closest alien object that I have faith on it? Body, my own body. My body is me, my body is me, my body is me. That kind of feeling. I have the unity with my body and soul. That unity itself, two exactly opposite substances. Soul, the conscious element, having no form at all, and matter, which is a form by itself. Matter has no consciousness. They are separate objects. I consider my body is me. And that is my faith to the alien objects mainly. Acharya Bhagavan says, know yourself first. Excuse me. Know yourself. Once you know yourself, then your attention from the alien objects automatically will be reduced, and one fine morning it will be gone, and that now faith will direct it to the eternal soul substance. How did I know it? Because from the knowledge perspective, I end up knowing all these things. That's why I put faith on the soul. What happens? Knowing the soul's constitution, now one puts his faith on the eternal soul substance. Now I know that soul is made up of substance, attributes, modes, origination, cessation, constancy, infinite attributes. Each attribute is spread through in the other attribute. All kind of detailed analysis that I do for the soul substance. Then I just said that out of all these things, what are the things I had to put my faith on? And that is my eternal soul substance. When I put my faith on the eternal soul substance, remember over here that this soul is made up of substance, attribute and modes. So now I'm putting my faith on the eternal soul substance. Substance means attributes and modes are present. However, they are made secondary in nature. This is the whole schema that we have to understand. I start gathering knowledge first, and that is called Swadhay. Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami kept on saying for 45 years, don't do anything. Just do your Swadhay first. Do the scriptural study first. Do the discussion. Raise the question. Get the answer. Clarify yourself. Once that happens, once my knowledge becomes solid that who am I? હું કોણ છું ક્યાંથી થયો શું સ્વરૂપ છે મારું ખરું. Kripaladev said that. So I have to know all this thing. Once I know it, then I can put faith on it. And on what my faith will be directed to what? My faith will be directed to eternal soul substance, while at the time attributes and modes are present, but they'll be made secondary. This is the whole schema that we are passing through, and especially it will be true in the 6th stanza. So now that we know all these things, so knowledge perspective, the Pravachan scripture mainly deals with knowledge perspective. So it will give you detailed analysis what the soul is made up of, what are the attributes, what are the modes, what is the soul's independence, what are the modes' independence, how the mode does not depend on the previous mode for its exit. all kind of detailed analysis that knowledge perspective, the Pravachansar will give you. And Samaysar is mainly faith perspective. Samaysar says, okay, now I know what's a soul made up of, what are the soul structure and everything. Now I'm coming to the Samaysar faith perspective. I'm going to put my faith on the eternal soul substance, and that's only the thing I have to do to attain self-realization. Knowing that part, now we come to the stanza 6, what it says. In the 5th stanza, Acharya Kundukun takes the vow and tells that he will be showing us the soul with indivisibility with the self and separateness from the alien object. That's what he has taken the vow in the 5th stanza. So, then the student is raising question, who is such soul that I should know its nature? Now you already said that I'm going to show the soul with indivisibility with the self and separateness from alien object. Then who is such soul that one should know its nature? Evo Suddha Atma kaun che ki jenu swarup janvu joiye. It's and I'll have the same Gujarati of this bullet over here. Who is such soul that one should know its nature? Acharya gives the answer to this question in this stanza. So, this stanza is an answer that is such soul which has indivisibility with the self and separateness from the alien object. We are going to show, the Acharya Bhagavan says, I'm going to show the nature of that one. So, that's what 6th stanza is about. Now, these are the several, next slides are the what they are saying in the scripture. So we will just read this stanza first. Navi hodi appamatto rapamatto janago dujo bhavo evam bhananti suddham ranado joso duso cheva. This is Kunkun Swami wrote down this stanza number 6 at 2000 years back. And this is the Sanskrit translation of the same stanza, and that is the Amrit Chandracharya wrote down. And the same stanza now we are seeing in a Gujarati version. Nathi apramata ke pramata nathi je ek jnayak bhav je erita suddha kathayane je gnata te to teja che. We are very, very fortunate that during the time of Gurudev Sikhanji Swami, Sri Himmat Bhai Sa, he translated all the stanzas into the Gujarati, and so we know it. Now, we have written some numbers over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1, Nathi Ampramat ke Pramat Nathi. That's number 1. Second thing, Je Ek Nayak Bhav che. Second. Third, Erita Suddha Kathai. Third. And Jignata Teto Teche. These 4 points we are going to be discussing, out of which 1, 2, and 3 points are included in a first paragraph, and the 4th one is the second paragraph. So this is the first paragraph. First paragraph deals with these 3 things: 1, 2, and 3 things. So it represents those 3 things, and it shows subject of meditation. Means I want to know my eternal soul substance, and I want to put my attention to the eternal soul substance. So what is the nature of it? So first paragraph in the discussion, that is a whole thing is discussed, that what is the subject of meditation. And then in the second paragraph, it says nature of the object means Gnay Swarup. So unity of the doer and deed, that's what it's going to show. So it is divided into two parts. First one is a nature of the subject of meditation, and second is a nature of the object. Remember, subject of meditation means whom I am meditating, eternal soul substance. What is that eternal soul substance about? That's what we're going to talk about here. Then, once I know eternal soul substance that I would like to meditate upon, then it says, what is the nature of the gneiss? What's the nature of the object? Remember, we said two types of objects, alien objects and self-object. Alien object, self-object. Alien object, Acharya Bhagavan will say, we are not related with that at all. So let it go away. What is the nature of the self-object? That's what he's going to say. So over here, it is, first one, it says, subject of meditation. I am meditating for on the eternal soul substance. My subject of meditation is eternal soul substance. And over here it says, what's it? My mode ends up knowing. What does mode ends up knowing? That's what he's going to talk about it. So there are two ways there's going to say. So now, then there is a detailed explanations are there, and then there is a further explanations and all those things. So now, very first thing is the meaning of the stanza. We saw the stanza. So what are the meaning? It says, the all-knower soul substance, which is called Gnayak Bhav, is neither with attentive nor with non-attentive phase. And that's what it will discuss about those things. Therefore, this soul substance is pure. Its nature as all knower is unique and is self-identical. This is the stanza. So, first 2 points will be discussed in the first paragraph, and this one is a subject of the second paragraph. Now, let's go through more about it. Spiritual development stages means gun sthanak. What are those things? The first to 6 spiritual development stages are called non-attentive phase. We've gone through in detail. We'll just go through it somewhat more, a little quickly. So 7 to 14 spiritual development stage is called attentive phase. And the all-knower soul substance is beyond these spiritual development stages. Now, let's retract back. Non-attentive and attentive means, what is attentive means what? Means when this living being gets engrossed in his total, eternal, true nature of the self. It just dissolves himself into this true nature of the self. He keeps on experiencing and he doesn't want to even come out of it. So, 7 spiritual stage to 14 spiritual development stage, it's called attentive phase, in which the living body, remember the word body, living body means transmigratory soul having physical form, association with the body. He is now engrossed in his eternal true nature of the self. That is called attentive phase. That is called apramat dasa. Pramat means carelessness. Apramat means carefulness. So carefulness means he is just engrossed in his own true nature. That's it. He doesn't want to come out even. And from 14 spiritual development stage, now he leaves the body and goes to Adobhya Siddha and remains there forever in attentive phase, and it just enjoys its all supersensuous bliss and knowledge forever. Non-attentive phase. Non-attentive phase means first to 6 spiritual development stages, soul is projecting itself to the outside material world. For example, first spiritual development stage, I'm in mithyatva, I'm in wrong faith state. Body is mine, body is mine, body is mine. That kind of unity with the body, I have it. That's the first spiritual development stage. That is called mithyatva. That's called wrong belief. And then the fourth and fifth and sixth, all those stages, I still have affinity for the body. I still project myself into the outside world. Means I get, even though it's a reduced affinity, but still there's affinity. And that's why it's called non-attentive phase. That's a mode. That's a mode. Attentive phase, that's also mode. And all knower soul substance is eternal soul substance. It is pure, and the modes are made secondary. So even though modes are present, but they are made so way secondary.
Kirita?
Yes?
Pramat means attentive or non-attentive?
Pramat means attentive. Pramat means
attentive.
I'm sorry. Pramat means non-attentive. Pramat means Pramad means carelessness. So it's called non-attentive. And apramat means now he's careful. He's engrossed in his eternal self. This guy is called attentive phase. So 7th Gunsthanak to 14th Gunsthanak is attentive phase. Apramat dasa, 1st to 6th Gunsthanak is a non-attentive phase. Pramat dasa. So the word pramat is very important. When you say pramat means pramad. Pramad means laziness. Not the laziness that I like to just take a nap in the afternoon, just because it's cold and everything. I would like to go under the blanket and just lazy around. No, not that one. Here, laziness means, in the sense, non-attentive phase means, instead of remaining in my soul substance, I purposefully remain in outside material world. That's called non-attentive phase. So these are the things that we understand, because these are the things will be discussed further. Remember, 1st Gunsthanak to 14th Gunsthanak, 1st spiritual development stage to 14th spiritual development stage, they all are modes. They are paryay. Gunsthanak a paryay shape. Spiritual development stages are the modes. And here we are talking about all knower eternal soul substance. So it is beyond those modes, beyond the spiritual development stages. Even though they are present, we make them way secondary. Okay? So that's a Gunsthanak we are saying. Now, in the first paragraph, what it says? All knower soul substance exists due to self only and is eternal in nature. Remember, now we are talking from the faith perspective. Faith perspective means my all knower soul substance is eternal in nature. It was there when I was in the lowest form of life. It's there right now in my human birth. It will be there in my future transmigratory cycle. And when I self-realize myself, and ultimately we end up going to liberation, all knower soul substance remains the same. Gold, which was in the mine, is also having mixed with the dirt. It is still having gold particle, gold mixed with the dirt. Now you remove the dirt, partial purification, still the gold particles are gold. Now you put through the really heat and everything, gold comes on one side and dirt goes on the other side. That gold coming on this side as a lump, it is still gold. Now you make ornaments from this lump of gold, they are also called gold. Let's say you have so much ornaments with you. And if I say, how much gold do you have? You're not going to count how many necklaces I have, how many chains I have, how many rings. You are going to say, I have 50 ounces of gold with me, 100 ounces of gold with me, 10 ounces of gold with me. So all those ornaments are made secondary, and you just look at this is a gold substance. Same way here. Soul is a soul when it's in the nigod, lowest form of life. 1 sense of life, 2, 3, 4, 5 senses, everywhere, and the soul gets liberated. All knower soul substance exists due to self and is eternal in nature. Then, soul is emitting knowledge of light forever. This soul substance is full of knowledge, and it is having this knowledge constantly coming out in the form of mode in every soul, every living soul, whether it's a transmigratory soul or whether it's a liberated soul, whether it's a sansari soul, whether it's a siddha soul. They all have knowledge of light emitting forever, every samay, no matter where. Then these are its inherent property, to be in the eternal state, number one, and emitting the knowledge of light forever. It's its inherent property. For that, it doesn't have to depend on anybody else. It's not transient in nature. These things are not transient. They are forever. They are forever. These are forever because that's a property of the eternal soul substance. And this is coming in the first paragraph. What it says? Again, first paragraph. Since time infinite, soul substance occupies the same space point as the karma particle. Now we are going to show the associative phenomenon. That what happens? Since time infinite, when I was in Nigod, I was associated with the karma particles. When I was in 1 sense, 2 sense, 3 sense, 4 sense, now present 5 sense, and a future, whatever else happens, I have same space point as my soul and karma particle. For example, in this room there are 1, 2, 3, 4 lights are there. All the 4 lights are occupying the same room. Let's give 4 different colors to these lights. All those different color lights will be occupied in the same room, volume of the room. If I take red color out, from the whole room, red color will disappear. If I take yellow out, yellow will disappear. Blue, blue, so something like this. So here, same way, soul substance and karma particle, they occupy the same space points forever. Still, they're both independent in nature and do not interfere in each other's work. This room has 4 different lights. Red color will emit only red color, green color will emit only green color, blue will emit only blue color. In spite of them occupying same space point, they will not interfere in each other's work. So soul, eternal soul substance and karma particle occupying the same space point, but they don't interfere in each other's work. From its own doing, a soul can be in the auspicious or inauspicious state in its mode, while karma fruition acting as the instrumental cause. Let's say, I, right now, at this point, become angry. Or, right at this point, I have a very good intention that maybe I should do something for the temple. Maybe I should do the propagation of the religion. Maybe we can just do the Swadhay. Whatever I know, let's impart the knowledge to each other. So getting angry or doing auspicious work, auspiciousness or inauspiciousness, all those things occur because of me, myself. I am the reason for it. And at that time, karma fruition acts as an instrumental cause. Remember, they are occupying same space point. Karma keeps on coming in the fruition every samay. And at the same time, I have inclination of attachment and aversion every samay. They both are doing independently their work. When I'm angry, there is a presence of anger deluding karma fruition present independently. So still while all these things are going on, while auspicious, inauspicious state that I'm doing in my mode, at that time, my eternal soul substance remains inert and pure in nature. I have gold, I made it into necklace. I didn't like it. I broke the necklace, I made the chain out of it. Still there's a gold. I didn't like the chain, I broke it, and I make the wristwatch band out of it. Okay, there is still gold present, but it's in the form of wristwatch belt. I didn't like it, and I made it in the form of a ring. Now, what happened here? Chain, necklace, armband, or the ring, they are called modes. But in all those four things, gold is a gold is a gold is a gold present forever. Same way, excuse me, when I do auspicious and inauspicious state, by my own doing, in my mode, at the time, my soul substance, eternal soul substance remains pure in nature forever. And it remains inert. It doesn't do anything. Wait a second. On one side, on the third bullet, you are saying that there is an action going on. On the fourth bullet, they are saying that it's pure. This is the fun in the Jain principles. You have to use a perspective. What perspective am I using? Here I am using the perspective of the mode. I have the perspective of the mode that I'm using over here. This is my modal perspective I have over here. And modal perspective is giving me auspicious and inauspicious state. But when I come down to the eternal soul substance, from eternal soul substance perspective, I'm inert and pure in nature. So, what perspective am I talking about? Newborn child, 1 month old, 6 months old, the child going to the preschool, going to school, go to grade school, going to high school, going to the college, going to post-graduation college, coming to business. All those changes are occurring in the child. But the child itself remains the same. That child's name is given Kirit at the birth. So he is still Kirit, but his face is kept on changing. So changing is also within me from age perspective. And inertness, pureness, foreverness is present with my name perspective, for example. This is example only. Remember, examples are made to drive the point across. Our point that we try to drive across is from the modal perspective. I'm in the auspicious, inauspicious state and in the activity. From the eternal soul substance perspective, I'm inert, pure, and pure nature forever. So, we are learning few more things. Now, attentive and inattentive phases are the modes and they're transient in nature. Remember I said first to 14 gunsthanak, first to 14 spiritual development stages. They are the modes. They are divided into two. Attentive phase, first inattentive phase, 1 to 6 gunsthanak, and 7 to 14 is attentive phase. They are all modes. They're transient in nature, while my eternal soul substance remains inert and pure forever. Now, so soul from eternal perspective does not become attentive or inattentive state. That's what the point we are driving across over here. All this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullet, they're trying to say at the end that soul from eternal perspective, remember again, this is the eternal perspective we have it, that from eternal perspective, soul is inert and pure, and it does not become attentive or inattentive state because they are modal in nature. So having said that, so that way over here, in the first paragraph what it says, soul is pure and inert and eternal in nature, and auspicious, inauspicious states occurs in the modes only. Inattentive and attentive phase occurs in the mode only. I am not the modal nature. Remember, we are talking faith perspective. Modes are present. Attributes are present. Eternal soul substance is present. Out of all those three things, now I give importance to eternal soul substance. That is, I make that one as a primary. So the modal activity, even though they are present, they become secondary in nature. So let's say that I'm working today and I'm doing an angiogram on a patient. I'm doing a complicated case. Case lasted for 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever. I have the hunger going on. What happens at the time? I make that hunger secondary because patient is extremely primary important. So everything else, even though hunger is there, it becomes secondary for me. Same way here. Attentive, inattentive states are present. Auspicious, inauspicious states are present. But I made them secondary, and my primary thing is eternal soul substance, because that's the one I'm going to put my faith on it. This is the first paragraph. This first paragraph, it just says that one. Having known the first paragraph, now the author is just saying something else. He has to give example, because the second point is little bit kind of detailed in explanation. And I need to have my 100% attention drawn to understand that second paragraph of this sixth stanza. What it says? First it gives example. Fire is known to have property of combustion. Means it's called dahan. Fire burns the substance which has a capacity to get burned. Fire burns the substance which has a property to get burned. So fire burns them. Now, while fire is burning the wood, for example, then it takes the shape of the substance that can be burned. Dahya padarth. Substance that can be burned. That's called dahya padarth. For example, wood we are taking. Wood can be burned. So when we put the fire, the East Coast people, right now you need fire, right? You have your furnace on and you have your log inside, and with your log inside, what do you see? That log became red hot. It just fire took the shape of that log. Now, when fire burns the wood or dung cake, then it takes the shape of that substance. Let's take wood only right now. That when fire is burning the wood, then the fire appears as if it has a shape of the wood. If it is 6-inch wood, it will show the 6 inches. If it is 12 inches wood, it will show 12 inches. If it is thick wood, it will show the thick. If it is thin, it will show thin. Fire takes the shape of that wood. But now, Acharya Bhagwan, very, very clever way tells us that the shape of the fire did not occur just because it was burning wood. Wait a second. What does Acharya Bhagwan wants to tell me here? the wood takes the shape, the fire takes the shape of this wood. At that time, what Acharya Bhagwan says, this fire did not occur. The shape of the fire, the shape that we see, red hot shape over here, cylindrical shape with the wood, did not occur just because it was burning wood. Fire was doing its own job, wood was getting its own job, and fire showed the shape of the burning wood, but that shape was of the fire itself and not due to wood. This is kind of very abstract way of Acharya Bhagwan telling us, but clever way he is giving this a message to us, and he thereafter takes us to the real thing. This is just the example he gave. Now he says, fire does not have dependency on the object that it is burning. Fire can take any shape because of fire alone. If the house is burning, fire will take the shape of the house. If the wood is burning, fire will take the shape of the wood. If paper is burning, fire will take the shape of a paper. But that shape of the fire occurred because of itself and not because of the object. That's what he's trying to say. Fire is its own shape, while burning wood or dung cake or anything. This fire does not have impurities, that means dependency or taking shape of the substance it is burning. It's conventional wisdom. You go to the street and talk this thing out, people will say, you have a little loose screw in your brain. What are you talking? Wood is there, fire is there, fire took the shape of the wood. Not necessarily here, Acharya Bhagwan says. And that's a really beauty of this Jain philosophies, that it will just go to the core of the problem to explain to us what it is. Fire independently takes its own shape, whether it could be burning paper, burning wood, burning dung cake, or burning the house, or burning anything. Fire will have its own independent shape. Now, having said that, it just says, now knowledge mode. Now we are coming to nitty-gritty questions. Now the knowledge mode creates the shape of the alien object. Knowledge mode has a shape of the alien object. Right now, I am seeing this telephone or this cell phone. So in my knowledge mode, the picture of the cell phone got illuminated. So my knowledge mode creates the shape of the alien object. Now here's the alien object, par padarth. My knowledge mode creates that shape. Now what it says next. This declares the presence of all knower soul substance. What Acharya Bhagwan says, this object is present. And my knowledge mode independently created that illumination within me. That knowledge mode independently created illumination in its own mode. This mode is coming from knowledge attribute, and knowledge attribute is coming from the all knower soul substance. So whenever I see an object, that means I'm manifesting, I'm telling, I'm declaring that I am the all-knower soul substance, because my all-knower soul substance has a knowledge attribute, and knowledge attribute is a knowledge mode, and knowledge mode by itself created shape of the alien object in its own mode. So whenever I see an object, that means I'm declaring presence of my all lower soul substance. This kind of attention, I had to have it. This kind of mindset, I had to have it. Fire, which is burning the wood, The shape of the fire, of the wood shape, is because of fire alone and not because of wood being there. Fire burning the house, that fire takes the shape of the house because of the fire itself and not because of house. Looks very oxymoron, but these are the facts. So we have to understand. Remember, if alien object is a cause for somebody to know, then here is a piece of paper. And I put this telephone or this cell phone in front of the piece of paper. Then piece of paper should know it too, right? Piece of paper has no knowledge mode. So piece of paper is not going to know that this is a alien object. This is the cell phone. Only the me, I have that knowledge mode within me. This knowledge mode illuminates this alien object in my own mode by me alone. And that mode comes from knowledge attribute. Knowledge attribute comes from alien. Knowledge attribute comes from the all-knower soul substance. So each time I see any object, I declare the presence of all-knower soul substance. Shape happened. I'm sorry. Remember, there is a mirror right now. In front of the mirror, I put fire. What will mirror show? Fire. If I put the snow in front of the mirror, what will mirror show? The snow, right? While snow or fire outside did not enter into the mirror. Mirror simply gave illumination. Same way, knowledge mode simply gave illumination of this object. Now, Acharya Bhagavan says, so when there is a snow in front of the mirror, and mirror is showing snow, is mirror showing snow just because snow was present? Acharya Bhagavan says not necessarily. Why? If the snow being present, that's why mirror showed the snow. Let's put the wall in front.
Okay, I got it.
Will the wall show the illumination? No. Mirror has its own capacity to illuminate. Same way here. My knowledge mode has its own capacity to illuminate. And at that time, my knowledge mode at this particular time is supposed to show illumination of my cell phone.
Thank you, Vaisa.
And my cell phone became at the time instrumental cause. My cell phone did not enter. My knowledge mode by itself end up knowing this one. So that's what it says. So the shape occurring in knowledge mode is because of knowledge mode and not because of alien objects. Alien objects simply present as an instrumental cause. Alien object simply present as an instrumental cause. Remember, instrumental cause means nimit. What is nimit doing? What's the definition of nimit? I think we all have to have it by heart. Definition of nimit, definition of instrumental cause. When an act is getting done in a principal cause, then any associative thing's presence is known as instrumental cause. I'll repeat again. When any action occurs in the principal thing, principal cause, then any associated thing's presence is known as instrumental cause. Yes, you have a question, Chirag? No, okay. Once again. નિમિત્ત પર નિમિત્તનો આરોપ ત્યારે જ આવે જ્યારે ઉપાદાનથી ઉપાદાનમાં કાર્ય થાય ત્યારે. Repeat again. નિમિત્ત પર નિમિત્તનો આરોપ ત્યારે આવે જ્યારે ઉપાદાનથી ઉપાદાનમાં કાર્ય થાય ત્યારે. Let's take an example. This light is over here. If I keep this light on for whole night and I went to sleep, what did this light help to? What was the lights helping to? Light was not helping anybody because there was nobody present here. Right now, I want to see my computer screen. I want to see the things around. In that time, presence of light is called instrumental cause. I end up knowing by myself the presence of light is simply as an instrumental cause. It was associative of favorable things present, period. That's it. Light can remain on for 24 hours. It will not become instrumental cause to anybody unless somebody wants to see. Let's say same light is present, but then tomorrow morning there's a bright sunlight is there. Then this light is not having no value at all. It is not called instrumental cause. Similarly, here, when my knowledge mode did the illumination of the object as a principal cause, then simply this phone, this cell phone became instrumental cause for this action to occur over here. And that point has to be very clear in our mind. If it is not clear, you raise the issue. We'll discuss again and again because this is a very important point to understand the second paragraph. So, yeah.
So that's the Kirit bhai.
Go ahead.
So that's the difference between Pudgal and us. કે આપણામાં ચૈતન્ય છે, that you are equating to the knowledge attribute. That's why we understand what's happening around us.
Okay. Remember, you are saying that, Rekha, as you said, that basically I am the conscious element. I have capacity to know. Remember that point we are clear up to there, right? I am the conscious element. I have capacity to know. Now, the capacity to know is a mode, right? Mode means paryay. Paryay of knowing happens every samay. Every samay, knowing paryay, knowing mode keeps on occurring. And these modes, these knowing modes, this knowledge, gnan paryay, they are coming forever, again and again and again and again, one after other, one after other. They keep on coming, keep on coming, keep on coming. And they are prefixed. So at this point right now, my knowledge mode was supposed to have the illumination of an object occurring in the knowledge mode. And this cell phone simply became instrumental cause. Sure, instrumental cause was there, but primary action occurred within me, and I'm responsible for it.
Yeah, one last thing. Can you repeat નિમિત્ત પર નિમિત્તનો આરોપ ત્યારે આવે જ્યારે ઉપાદાનમાં કાર્ય થાય?
So, right now, for example, for your listening action, I'm the nimit because I'm speaking. For me to speak, you are the nimit because you are listening. You are nimit, that's why I'm speaking for you. You are primary cause, you are your principal cause, you are listening action going on within you. Then I am the nimit right now. So whenever, see, suppose you are not present right now and I keep on talking and talking and talking and talking. You are not there. So you did not do your listening action. So I keep on talking non-stop 24 hours. It doesn't mean anything. Only when you are ready to listen, then I'm talking, then I become nimitta. I become instrumental cause. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep thinking this way. You already know the definition well right now. You repeated the definition very, very well. Only thing, we have to imbibe on it. We have to just kind of again and again think about it and raise the issue in our own mind. Answer will come. No answer coming. I'm getting confused. Ask somebody else. Somebody else will be able to let you know about it. You know. So this is extremely important for us to know. And then Jnana karma jnai krut asuddhata nathi means what it says over here. Oh, one more. There is no impurity of alien objects present in the shape of the knowledge mode. Means my knowledge mode occurred because of me only. I'm the reason. I'm the main source of it. And my knowledge attribute is the source of it. My all-knower soul substance is the source of it. Me, myself alone is a source of this shape of the knowledge mode. The alien objects did not enter, did not do anything to my knowing action. So that means there was no impurity in this knowledge mode. Jnana karma jnai krut asuddhata nathi. Jnai means object. Jnana karma means shape of my knowledge mode occurring. This object does not interfere anything. Simply it remains as an instrumental cause. Instrumental cause is present in an act but does not do anything to the act. Water is an instrumental cause for fish to swim, but action of swimming occurs because of fish itself. Water simply remains vehicle. Water simply remains an instrumental cause. Water did not do anything to a fish except being present. If water is the reason for fish to swim, if water is the reason, then if I throw the stone, why the stone sinks? Because stone's property is to sink, fish's property is to swim. Sinking or swimming is a primary cause, primary action, and at that time, water remains as an instrumental cause. Its presence is there, no denial about it. No denial, but it did not do anything. When I get Samyak Darshan, when I get the realization of my soul, at that time, instrumental cause is a scripture, my true teachers and my omniscient lords, they are instrumental cause. If the temple is a reason for me to get Samyak Darshan, temple is present for everybody. How come everybody did not get Samyak Darshan then? So those are the things we have to clarify in our mind, you know. Let's see how far we are. We are already about the time. Let me finish this slide at least. So there is indivisibility with the all-knower soul substance and its knowledge mode. My knowledge mode is me. My knowledge mode comes from the knowledge attribute that comes from the knowledge soul substance, and they all are remaining in indivisible one globe. There are no divisions. They are in unity. So therefore, knowing action is a deed and all knower substance is doer. Who is doing the action of knowing? Soul substance is doing the action of knowing. Who is the doer? Who is the actor? So all knower soul substance is actor. What is that actor doing? Is doing the knowing action. So knowing action is a deed, and knower or knower is all knower soul substance is doer. Doer and deed. Doer and deed. Doer is all knower substance. Deed is its own mode. So doer and deed remains in the same substance. So this one is, we'll stop over here. We have a lot more to go. Remember, we are doing revision, and in revision also we need to have more time. But again, because we had done 4 months of work, now we have to put it together in our mind so at least we digest properly. So that's why we are doing this. So any questions you have, we can entertain that question right now.
Kirit, uncle?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you just redo that doer and deed again?
Okay. We'll do it next week in much more greater detail. There are a lot more, 2 or 3 more slides are coming with the pictures and everything. It will explain.
Okay, that's fine.
Much easier because, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, the bullet alone will not explain. We have the slide that remember that peacock slide, we have it. We have those slides coming, and then
Okay. Okay.
much better. You know, we will take our time. The second paragraph is mainly do or did relationship only. So here we came all the way up to understanding do or did. Now we'll go further. We'll concentrate on do or did alone, and we'll see what it means. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any more questions? Anything else?
મને કોપી મોકલજો ને.
તમને આ કોપી આવી ગઈ છે અત્યારે મેં મોકલાવી દીધી છે આજે.
આ તમારી સ્પેસ ને.
હે?
તમે જે બોલ્યા એની.
Oh yeah. Okay. Today's I'll just upload and I'll send it out. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. All right.
Actually, Kirit uncle, do you have the recorded versions from when you were in India? I missed a few when you were in India.
I have all those recorded versions. You know, give me a week or 2 and I'm going to have everything uploaded on my Jain Center website. And the person who is doing it, he is vacationing in India. As soon as he comes, we are just going to put it on together.
Okay, that's fine. I'll get it from there then. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Javani ke gyan se suje lokalok sovani mastakan mo sada deta hu dhok. 9 times the Mukha mantra. Moyanta. Jai Jindra, everybody.
જય જીન્દ્રભાઈ.
Yeah, we'll meet you next week, okay?
Jai Jinendra.
Thanks.
I'll call you tomorrow after I email you.
Sure, okay. Bye.
Okay, thank you.